Hello everybody, what's up? Welcome to episode 40 of Botania Garden of Glass. Now, that is an insane number. I didn't think we would... Well, actually I did, I must admit, I would have loved to have got up to episode 40. I don't know, it's just the biggest thing I could imagine. Getting every 10 episodes kind of just feels like a big deal to me. So, yeah, great. I'm really excited now that we're on episode 40. So, let's slow down and kind of just glide our way and into a botanical add-ons tree. Okay, so that's all fine and dandy. I'm really happy, really happy that we've got up to episode 40. And in today's episode, there's not going to be anything too spectacular in terms of a benchmark, like a big milestone, sorry. Because, I mean, episode 40 isn't that big of a milestone. It's big for me, and in general, I mean, we're probably going to have to do something big at 50, big at 100, and as per every episode for the past 3 episodes, we are getting ready with our 1,000 subscriber episode. It's almost there. It is almost there. It's just taken me a lot of time. I don't know. I think when you guys see it, you might not. Some of you might see what's gone into it. Some of you guys might not. Obviously, it's Botania related. So that's happening, and hopefully we'll be out soon. Now, let's ignore that. Let's get on to what's happening today. And what is happening today is a few things which are also, it's going to be kind of similar to the last episode, getting a few things done around the base, avoiding that type of stuff. For now, I think we can maybe, what I'm thinking along the lines of the Corporea stuff would probably be that we would be making an overground connection of them. I know it's going to probably look a little bit ugly, and I don't really want to, but I think we probably are better off. By the way, with the dominant sparks that we did last episode, I don't know whether they have helped, but we've got a hell of a lot of mana pools, and I think perhaps we would have to start looking at another way of getting mana out of here. Yeah. What I was thinking, and I might be crazy, I might be a little bit crazy, is to maybe have all of them go to one mana pool every time. A dominant mana pool every time. It doesn't switch sparks. It always goes there, right? And then we're going to have to pump it out. Maybe, well, not have to. We might just then pump it out manually and have a separate system which collects all of it and sends it off on its merry way, because we've got a lot of mana, and bear in mind, that's all from that slime farm. Now, when people ask what's the best mana farm, I'm always going to say slime farm. It's so easy to... Well, I mean, it's a bit of work to set up. It's nothing too crazy. But in general, that was an amazing investment. Really good investment. And I still have not said what we're going to be doing specifically today, so let's get on to what we're going to be doing specifically today. Now, what I have been putting off, but have wanted to do for a significantly long time, is do a bit more of the tools and stuff and all of that. So what we've got here is the tool I want to build, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it and always wondered what it does and how crazy it is. I've got a cat making a noise in the background. I'm gonna have to move that. Who the hell puts bells on cats? Oh my goodness, it's so annoying. But yeah, quite clearly someone who doesn't want to record a video for YouTube, because they would know how annoying bells on cats are. So let's continue. What we are going to be doing is this Terra Shatterer. And what it is, let's quickly go through it, because I think for those of you who might not know the context behind it or what happens with it, I think it's kind of important to know. So it's pretty much, as it says, tool functions very much like a mana tablet in being a mass mana when it's tossed into a mana pool, but it doesn't give the mana back. So what's going to happen is it's going to collect a whole bunch of mana from a mana pool, but it's not going to give the mana back if we put it back into another mana pool. So, in other words, this little function here where we can switch it to and from, that's irrelevant for this. It's only going to take 2. So it's only going to go to the item, the Terra Shatterer. Man, the Terra Shatterer, it'll only go to it. It won't go from it. So that's basically what that's saying. And then, what it's got is it's got these different ranks. So if we go into here, maybe we'll go into Terra. This is a nice way to show it. So you can see that there's these ranks, which you've probably wondered why they are 5 or 6 different, yeah, 6 different Terra Shatterers in here. And that's really because of these ranks. So it goes up, it's D, C, B, A, S, 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 and D being default. So D is going to be the one that we create first up. And what it will do is it'll use mana that we toss from putting it in that pool. You remember I said we put it in the pool. It can only take mana. So that mana it takes will dictate what rank it is. So it'll go up from D to C the fastest, then C to B faster, a little bit slower, sorry, then B to A even slower. And the reason it's slower is because it needs more mana pools to fill up. Also, by the way, this will not despawn, so we can drop this on the ground and it'll stay there indefinitely. So we can leave this in a mana pool for days on end and it'll just stay there without any problems. Now, it also has got this little bit, so from C to B will be a little bit, then from D to C will be a little bit, then from C to B is a little bit bigger of a jump, so that's a full mana pool that we would need, and then it's going to increase tenfold. So that tenfold means that we're going to have 10 mana pools to A, another 100 mana pools to rank S, and then 1,000 mana pools to rank SS. So 1,000 full mana pools to get to that, which is absolutely crazy. And while we're actually doing that, let's not forget about doing these things here. And I don't think I brought enough mana diamonds. No, I didn't. Now, let's quickly get this stuff going. So we need one of those. We didn't make the mana diamonds. Man, I'm so silly. I really am. So let's go back to this. Drop that guy there. Drop one of those guys, and they will do their merry things, and we will go and get more diamonds. And really, with this Terra Shatterer, you would maybe wonder why we'd want to increase the ranks of these. And that's because it will allow us to break things in a bigger area. And, I mean, the reason I haven't done it for as long as I have is probably because it's Garden of Glass, and we don't have much breaking of objects. We don't have too many things to get rid of, or too many things to, I don't know, break, really. Just breaking. I swear, yeah, I did have some more there. Let's jump up here and see if those are done. It should be. Voila. Next one. Like that, like that, like that. Perfect. I'll quickly get this stuff done and I'll be back. Alright, now we have returned and we can give this guy a build. So I think it was like that. And in fact, I do this every time. Like that. I always forget to make my living wood twigs. There we go. Bam. Terra Shatterer, rank D. Now, if I remember correctly, there's an achievement for something. And I'm pretty sure it's digging through the world on a rank SS Terra Shatterer. Now, we're going to have to get the rank SS Terra Shatterer. And I have done a little bit of testing. And when you want to... Whoa, it killed those pools. Yeah, when you want to use this to dig through a void world, there's a little bit of a trick. So I'm going to do that when we get there. But, I mean, for now, let's probably put it in... Actually, maybe we could just go into these mana pools, use this mana for something good. For now. Let's do this. And drop that guy in there. Does it have to be... Has this... Let's check. Has that gained anything? No. You can see it's also got a little bar on the top. So maybe we will need to do something like that. And then that. There we go. Let's check what one mana pool will do to it. It should go up a rank. I mean, what's that on now? Rank C. Easy. I want to go onto one of these dominant ones. We'll just leave it in here for a bit. How about we just leave it there? We'll come back to it in a little bit before we cut this clip, and then we will come check it throughout the episode. See how far we can get in one episode. And then what we can do is go on to the next things we want to do this episode. Now, you guys will remember a few episodes ago, we came and fixed this thing up. And you can hear the water flowing. It's good because we don't want everything spawning in here, so that's why we have the water flowing. And what this thing is a mob spawner, for those of you who might not know. But it's not really too good for us, because we want to do this the Botania way. I mean, we could just leave it and have all mobs fall down, and that'll be great if that was what we wanted. But that's not what we wanted. What we want is a fully Botania version of this farm. And quickly, I will show you what that is. So, check here, no, wrong, don't check here, check here. So basically, we are going to want to have our mobs sorted and put into specific chambers at the end. Spawners can be used, bonus points of the farm functions and 100% efficiency. We don't have access to spawners except for blaze spawners, which really is kind of a bit of a kill. It would be pretty awesome if we could change the spawners. Now, I'm sincerely hoping that there is a way that I've just been so oblivious to, that I've never seen. So, if you guys do know a way of doing that, I'm sure I would love to know. But with today's episode, we're going to be doing this stuff that I just said, fixing up that for a few things. Not everything, but we're going to start by getting a few cocoons of caprice, getting a few of the animals in, and then what we're going to do is also go test out something else in the end, because I got told about something which we didn't do right to make the Heisei dream work. So we'll go and do that next, and then we'll get to our animals, and then we can see how far we can get with this thing. So let's quickly have an update and see what this is on. Still rank C, so that needs a full mana. Oh, you know what? I forgot about this. We drop it in, but we have to change this to the giving mode. Now that should pump. So I'll give that a few minutes and we'll see how that comes. And I'm back, guys. I have got a few cocoons of caprice, and in my thinking of why I was being a bit silly there, I don't think we are going to be looking for animals, because what I've been told, by the way, thank you for letting me know, is that the skeletons aren't actually afraid of dogs or wolves like they are in, apparently, Minecraft 1.8, where they start being afraid of mobs and wolves. So I think this won't work for that respect, but we'll maybe have a look at how tall skeletons are and see if we can sort them out by their height, because I think they, at least for wither skeletons, actually no, normal skeletons are 2 blocks tall. We can maybe see if we can put something on the ground like a carpet or a pressure plate maybe to stop them, because I think they're just a little bit taller than what we are, because we are just short. Yeah, we're not quite 2 blocks tall, specifically when we are shifting like that. Yeah, we're not quite 2 blocks tall, so perhaps it would be a good idea to give that a try for sorting them out. We're also going to need to sort out spiders, so we'll probably do the spider sorting first up, so that we know we will definitely be able to get them out of the way and not have to worry about it. I hope we don't get too many spiders, because I've been dealing with spiders in my vanilla world, and yeah, it doesn't work too well, and you know our luck with spiders. It's terrible. Us and spiders don't really mix. Now, let's have a look at what's going on here. Let's see how this is looking. Okay, a rank B to a rank A, so that's 10 mana pools worth of mana. Is that right? Yeah, C to B is 1, then 10, so that's actually not too slow at all. We'll drop that one in there. I guess it's just going to take a bunch of time. You can see it slowly. That's really nice, so you just see it pulling slowly, slowly, slowly. I like that. I like that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with some cocoons of caprice. We'll block this in like that. Nice and good looking blocks. Now, let's push F7. There's no spots around here where we're going to get crazy zombies. And now what we're going to do is we are going to try and get some more villagers. And the reason we want some more villagers is... Actually, let's quickly do a test here. Right. We'll do 10 on that, and we'll do a half a stack on the others. So we'll go 10... Okay, that was more than 10, and it kind of messed me up. We'll just do a few on this. And see if that we'll get villagers in that. I've done a few. Hope that does work. I should have really tested this out. Maybe we can do a test sometime. And do that, do that, do that. And using emeralds on these things increases your chances, improves your chances of getting a villager. Now, I don't know if giving more will help. We'll put 1 on that. Okay, so... I think that was 1. I didn't have a look how many I had in my inventory. Hopefully that was just 1. And these will take a few minutes to liven up. So I'll just, I'll wait here and we can maybe time-lapse it quickly and see what happens. Oh, man. Waste of emeralds. What happens when I stand on these? So, don't need you, chicken. Goodbye. Just make sure I don't hit a villager. Indestructible pig. Now let's check. Hopefully we can get some villagers here. Just all we need is another 2 villagers. Okay, there's 1 villager. That's great. Maybe we should leave the thing alone. And I don't know what is that? That's like a no. No. And yeah, I'm not gonna do that with this guy around here. There we go. I might just give this a go. Just see if we can get another one, because that means we are able to breed the villagers up. So we'll do this. Use up a load of them on there. A load of them on there. Load of them on there. Load of them on there. There as well. And there as well. Hopefully, we just need one. Just need 1 villager. And we are A-okay. Because the rest of the stuff, so we're gonna go get... Oh, actually, before we go, let's have one last update on this thing before we leave and see what we're at. Rank A to rank S. This is going really fast. Really, you guys have pretty much seen majority of the time I've been on here. That's probably been what I've recorded, probably 10 minutes now, and I've probably had 5 minutes or 10 minutes in between recordings, if that. Not even. I mean, I slept, so yeah, I think it was next to nothing at all. We should have mobs spawning in here. No, nothing spawned, and they could have, so that's great. I've taken this area out here. There we go. I've taken this area out. What we're going to do is we're going to make a floor in here. Why do I press W instead of E? So we're going to do a floor in here, like this, and we're going to get rid of the rest of them. Then what's going to happen is everything's going to get pushed one way. And I want to see... I've got a hunch that we could potentially use some luminizers to get something happen. And that's going to be a bit of a difficult one, but we will use a combination, if we did, of them and water streams to separate mobs. The luminizers will just be really great for getting mobs moved quick to different places. So we'll get onto that soon. I'll do a few things here, and we can see what happens. Whoa, 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 I got you guys. We are in a creative world, and what we are going to be doing over here is testing out a few things. I don't want to build stuff and have everything destroyed for no apparent reasons, and aside from that, we can't really test to see if anything's working. This guy's going to potentially be a problem, actually, to sort out of our farm. I want to try and figure out if this guy does have any fears, such as falling off the side. There we go. Bye-bye. Now, what I want to do is I want to see if this, basically putting a water stream in this corner, that's annoying, will push the spider down there and off the edge, but keep the other mobs from not doing that. Now, one thing we may have to account for here is the fact that baby zombies might fall through, so that's something to look out for. Putting signs there, well, that does work. That will maybe work. Let's try it. Go, and, okay. No. Thank you. Bye. Whatever. Let's try resetting this. Does that work this time? Yes, it does. So if we put a normal mob in here, it does. What happens if it falls down here? Still goes through, it looks like. Yep. And a spider should get stuck there, and I think then fall down. Yes! We've got it. It's working, and it even shed a bit of string. It didn't like the idea of falling down. So we've got our spiders in. That was actually going to be my biggest problem, I would have thought. So that's great. We've got the spiders working. What we are going to do is let them fall down. We may have to make a little thing to allow the baby zombies to get sorted out from there again. That should be pretty simple. We'll use the same method that we are using for sorting out normal zombies. Let's actually... Is there any way to specifically spawn a baby zombie? Let's just do a few. Zombie pigman. Wait, zombies are the... That one. Yep. Here we go. So let's just do a few. I think if we go with the legs, sometimes that... Yeah. I didn't see whether that was a baby zombie that fell through there. We'll do a few more. No babies, it looks like. Well, I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But that's success. Okay, guys, so I'm just about to start this, and I realize this is a little bit too wide, so we're gonna have to get rid of some of these because I mean this isn't gonna be here. And then I thought, let's give our Terra Shatterer a go, and I mean we've just switched from the other world, so it hasn't loaded in. Do we have any villagers? Yes, we do, and pigs. So we got that guy. What does he want? He wants emeralds. You're not getting my emeralds. You're not getting my emeralds. And let's just get one bottle of enchanting. Oh, 2 bottles. This guy's got a pretty good deal, just for the hell of it. So, thank you very much. Now, we are going to see if this will help us out. What level are we up to? Rank S? A rank. Oh. Looks like we might not have enough mana to keep this going the whole time. That's interesting. Well, I mean, should have been a given. We'll let that build up. Let's test this guy out. So, what this thing does is this a good spot to try it out? No, it's not a good spot to try it out. Let's go to the Nether, which is a good spot to try it out. And then I can show you how this thing works. The fact that I move so fast all the time in this because of my baubles and stuff like that is pretty crazy because I never realized that I'm hungry like this. So let's eat a bit of stuff. So here is a good wall to break. Now you can see when we do this, breaks one a few times. And that's got no enchantments on it as well. But then when we shift right click, I don't know if you heard that, it starts to use mana. And by the way, this, I'm pretty sure uses mana the whole time this is on this mode. So right now it's using mana. So when we do this, look at that. How crazy is that? Pretty insane, right? I think it's pretty great. We can also do it like here. Oh. How nuts is it? Now, I want to use this to see if we can get it to help us out in just clearing that stuff up. They may as well give it a practical purpose. And I'll be back once we've got our spiders and stuff set up. Alright, so we are back. This is a bit dirty, a bit messy. And I think it'll be alright, so let's do that. I don't think that'll affect the light levels all that much. Oh, I'm about to lose all of my flight. We'll wait here for a few seconds. In fact, we can even just do this. And now, what I want to do is I want to test this out. See if we do hopefully get a spider at some stage. If not, I mean, hey, who knows? But all we want to see is spiders go one way, others go the other way. So we'll do this. Now, that means that we should have all of the water switched off. So, go up here. Check that out. Yep, there's a creeper down there. And is there anything? I hope there's nothing in here. Well, I'm happy with anything else besides a creeper. So let's get these. Okay, so he eventually did go down there. Around here, nothing at all. Well, that is a good thing though. If he eventually did go down there. The next thing we want to do is test for spiders. So we really need a spider. And we know that the spiders work in a creative world. But if there's anything I've learnt about this game is that you can never, ever trust your testing in a creative world. There's always something that changes. Now, let's wait a few seconds. That creeper actually fell in by himself, which is quite interesting. So we'll wait around here for a little bit and see if anything comes in here. Let's go. Maybe we can get ourselves a pillar so we can see up there, because we can see inside both of them. That allows us to see in there and in there, so we can see both of them. I don't know if we're too close. Might be a bit too close. Let's do this and this. Yeah, maybe we'll just stay down here, baby. I'll be back. Alright, so we are back. This is a bit dirty, a bit messy. And I think it'll be alright, so let's do that. I don't think that'll affect the light levels all that much. Oh, I'm about to lose all of my flight. We'll wait here for a few seconds. In fact, we can even just do this. And now, what I want to do is I want to test this out. See if we do hopefully get a spider at some stage. If not, I mean, hey, who knows? But all we want to see is spiders go one way, others go the other way. So we'll do this. Now, that means that we should have all of the water switched off. So, go up here. Check that out. Yep, there's a creeper down there. And is there anything? I hope there's nothing in here. I'm happy with anything else besides a creeper. So let's get these. Okay, so he eventually did go down there. Around here, nothing at all. Well, that is a good thing though. If he eventually did go down there. The next thing we want to do is test for spiders. So we really need a spider. And we know that the spiders work in a creative world. But if there's anything I've learnt about this game is that you can never, ever trust your testing in a creative world. There's always something that changes. Now, let's wait a few seconds. That creeper actually fell in by himself, which is quite interesting. So we'll wait around here for a little bit and see if anything comes in here. Let's go. Maybe we can get ourselves a pillar so we can see up there, because we can see inside both of them. That allows us to see in there and in there, so we can see both of them. I don't know if we're too close. Might be a bit too close. Let's do this and this. Yeah, maybe we'll just stay down here, baby. I'll be back. Alrighty, I'm back. I just flew up there and I think I heard a spider. So let's turn this on and see if I was correct, and if we are correct, if this works. So skeletons, zombies. I saw a little baby zombie going there. I saw some more skeletons, it looks like. Let's go up here and see if anything... I can hear a spider. I'm pretty sure I can hear a spider. Maybe it's stuck on the roof or something. Yeah, it looks like they might be stuck on the roof, which is an issue. Might not be the biggest of them. Okay, no, they eventually fall down. Okay. Now let's check if they do get sorted. Yes! Yes! We've got our first crude mob sorting done. And we can even check if any babies have gone down in there. So break that. It does go back, good. And where's my exit? There's my exit. So let's go have a look down at the bottom here. Because that's an improvement. And also I want to really get this mob sort of ready and going. Because not only does it mean that we will have finished a big task that I really want to finish, it also means that we can start looking at potentially an entropinium farm, and that will be really, really exciting. So these guys are definitely doing what they need to do. Now the next thing we're going to have to do is let these guys drop, and skeletons I want to test out in that world again, see how they can be separated from zombies. Well, in fact, zombies should run in one direction, skeletons the other, because skeletons are just going to do their normal things. Zombies we can chase to one side with a villager. That's why I got those villagers over there, because they'll always go for a villager. Then we've got skeletons to deal with, and we've got witches and creepers. Creepers, by the way, the plan for the creepers is to use one of these. Tiger's Eye. And creepers are terrified of cats. It's, as we all know. Now, the Tiger's Eye exploits this weakness of hitting a feline aura, petrifying nearby creepers, and also preventing them from exploding. Now, I don't know, I actually need to test this out. I don't know if it just prevents them, or if they'll run away from it. So I guess, also have away from players. But remember, I am going to have to be AFK in this area, so we could maybe just position me in a very smart way that they'll run away from me. And we can have like an AFK block or something of that nature. The other thing I want to do is I want to get mana glass and we can see what's going on, and then eventually just sort them out with a few luminizers, which I think will be a great way to do it. So we can even get quite a bit of this done now. So I'll go into that testing world, I'll test out skeletons, I'll test out zombies, and we can get the majority of this thing ready to go. Alright, we are back in the end, and what I want to do is test out what I was told in the last episode in the comment section, which is that to get these guys to fight, you kind of have to hit them first. And then they'll want to fight each other. Oh. Doesn't seem to be the case. That's a bit weird. Just one? No. Maybe we'll just get rid of these guys and start on a new bunch. So you and your friend there, who's not your friend anymore. Okay. Together. One hit. One hit. You're just not interested, are you? Yeah, I don't think they're doing anything. Bye-bye. Okay, so it doesn't look like that worked for us. The next thing we're going to do is take this Bellthorn, and we're going to place it next to some of those mobs where we just had all those mobs being around us. Yep, load it on in. Still spiders there, still mobs around. We'll need a mana pool as well, which I don't have on me. I've got a mana pool on me every other time. Every single other time. Just not now. So we'll make one there. We also don't have any mana, which is a bit of a nuisance. Like here. And maybe we could just kill the spiders ourselves. So let's just go here like that, and... You die, you die, you die. Can we do... You guys, gonna get you from there? As long as the creeper doesn't go off, I'm happy. In fact, I don't really even care if there was a creeper that went off. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do now is, after I've done that testing in the creative world, I found that you can't really... I haven't found a way of separating the mobs by height. But another thing, which might end up being a problem, it might just be because we were doing it in a creative world, and even when I went into survival, this particular thing wasn't working too well, is the creeper, the tiger's eye. They don't seem to actually run away from me. Now, hopefully that's just happening because of a bit of a glitch. Maybe it's just because of the whole creative world, survival world thing, and them being spawned in and not spawning in naturally. Maybe that's what's happening. I hope that's what's happening, because if not, I've actually got no idea of what's going on. So that'll be a bit of an annoyance. But now I think we'll at least get the zombies in, because I've worked out the villager situation, and that seems to be a fairly easy thing to do. So we got a few guys to choose from. We'll pick out our lucky winner of zombie bait, and we'll see what happens. Alrighty guys, so for the sake of it being a little bit easier to show you, this is the idea we're going to be doing. So creepers and mana steel creepers and skeletons will all come in here and be on their merry way. You can see they don't jump off. Oh, creepers just did. Let's give that another test. I haven't had that happen. So at least the skellies are going. We might have to separate creepers off first, because definitely haven't had a skeleton go through there at all. But the zombies, this is the point that I wanted to make, was the zombies... Well, pretty much, I mean, that guy just spawned a bit late. But, I mean, if they've fallen down here, like that, one at a time, or even in a group, so far it's worked, they tend to jump off there. And we might even be able to make that a bit longer if we do have any issues. Like there, that guy. Next guy just doesn't want to make it, and he probably will get pulled. So we can also still go another block out here with this same water stream, and that shouldn't be a problem. And we'll have to put one of these signs here. W, the W sign. And there. Now that should catch all of them pretty easy. So I think that'll work. Hopefully that'll work. Let's put it back on day. If not, we're going to have to work out something else. But that's the thing we're going to be building in our world now. And I thought I'd show you here because this is a significant amount easier to show you what's going on than the other way. Another thing is this guy tends to walk off here, so we might have to block him in like that. Like, get in there, like that. And they still should be attracted to him, even though his head is blocked. Like that. Perfect. Perfect. You've just gone the wrong way. We'll have to work that out a bit more, but that seems to be working quite well. Well, there you're in. This guy was, yeah, he was a bit of a pain to get in there, but we've got him in. Now, this is what we're currently looking at. It's gonna come around here, drop down here. We're gonna need a sign. Actually, that is perfect. That is the perfect amount. So, imagine I'm just a normal mob. Just doing that. I might have to get rid of that one. They always jump in. Goes down here. We'll need to put a water stream in here. And that will just get these guys going here. Bam. Eventually, skeletons and stuff will drop down into there. And the zombies, I've kind of put this guy a little bit back with the hope that the zombies will be turned and walk that way. Although, we never know. We don't know what's going to be happening here. Is this spawnable? It is very much so spawnable. And I don't have any torches or anything. And what's attacking me? A zombie. Yeah. Of course. Of course. So, yeah, I'll have to fix that up. But as far as today's episode goes, guys... Oh, I should probably not do that in front of that villager. Let's get rid of these. Maybe that will help us out. Maybe it's just blocking a bit of light. No, I appear to have broken a thing. We got a flower. We can put the flower down. And put it around there, maybe. There we go. Saved. Now, before we go... What I want to do is I want to check up on our Terra Shatterer. Because, I mean, hey, it's probably going to be pretty nuts right now. I think we may have got sort of far in it. Oh, man, I thought I lost it. Let's check. Rank A. Oh, this is going to be a long, long haul here. I'll just leave this in these pools until the following... episode. We can turn F7 off. Yeah, until the following episode. I hope they will fill up. I'm not going to AFK here too much, by the way, so we'll see how we go. We can do this over a few episodes until we get that rank SS, which will be a long, long time, but it'll be great when we do get it eventually. Now, as far as this goes, as I say, guys, this is the end of the episode, so thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much if you left a like, or if you've left a comment, if you've got any questions, if you've got anything, you can tell me about anything. Let me know. Let me know down in the comment section. But thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.